Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Lara Lee, or Lara for short, and most of you may recognize me from my monthly tarot scopes here on YouTube. If you don't, I'm a psychic medium, and I love doing readings and helping others. So I decided, wouldn't it be fun to make a new video and do it in a slightly different style for the full moon in Cancer? Right? Yay, happiness. Okay, so let's get down to business. I'm going to be pulling cards for each zodiac sign, and each card is going to resemble an emotion or a situation you're going to be going through under the influence of the full moon. Now, it's important for me to mention that full moons represent releasing, endings of cycles, coming full circle, something you want to focus on letting go and just, I don't want to say like get rid of, because that sounds a little bit harsh, but you know, let's be real here. When the full moon comes around, if I don't want something around, I'm like, whoa, 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 universe, you need to take this because I'm done. Like, goodbye, right? And then the new moon is like, I want this. I want this to come into my life. Universe, bring this to me. So it's important for me to say that because sometimes I feel like people don't really utilize the energy of the moon because it's so powerful and it's there and it has such a great influence on people that half the time they don't even realize it. If somebody says, man, I just feel so crazy today, I'm like, whoa, hello, it's a full moon, come on now, let's be serious, you need to ground. Okay, so the full moon will be January 11th in the sign of Cancer. And it's also important to note that this is kind of like a 3-day thing. January 10th into the 11th, you're going to start feeling the influence of the full moon. And then January 11th, which is the full moon, you'll feel it at its strongest point. And then you will continue to feel it from the 11th to the 12th when it starts to teeter off. So I generally tell everybody it's like a 3-day process that you're going to be going through. Okay, and let's take a moment to talk a little bit about Cancer so that if you're not aware, we understand what Cancer's energy is and what to kind of expect for the most part for this full moon. Now, Cancer is a very home-loving sign. It is very nurturing. It feels very deeply because it is a water sign, and water signs tend to feel very deeply and emotionally about life, people, situations, things in general. Okay, it's a very sensitive sign, but it's also very tenacious. It may be sensitive, but trust me, it has a bit of a bite. Like, you ever seen a crab, because the Cancer sign is a crab, and a crab is going after something that it wants. It takes its claw and locks on tight, and it does not let go. That's what you kind of have to, expect. They're very tenacious. They go after what they want. Now, the flip side to Cancer is, and we're going to call it the shadow side, because everybody has a shadow side. They have a light side and a shadow side, and together they create a whole, just like a yin and a yang. I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. So the shadow side of Cancer is that can be kind of moody, easily offended, very subjective, and things of that nature, jumping to conclusions and things like that. So with this full moon, you can either expect to be dealing with the lighter aspects, which is you'll be taking time to nurture yourself, nurture your family, your friends, the people that you care about, spending time in your home, appreciating what you have, the beauty of your home and things like that. And with this energy being tenacious and going after what you want, or you could be experiencing more of the shadow side, which is you feeling very ungrounded, very emotional and moody, and just like people are picking at you. And then thus making you want to seclude yourself and go into the hermit status, which I say that all the time. I'm like, I can't talk right now. I'm on hermit status. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just going to chill at home and calm down. So that is like more of the shadow side that you might be dealing with. But either way, it's a wonderful time to release, set the intention to release, and let go of things that aren't serving you. An end of a cycle. So I'm going to be pulling cards for, well, I already pulled them, cards for each zodiac sign to give you an overall feel of what you're going to be dealing with during this full moon period. And then I pulled a card to just kind of be like an overall energy feel of this cycle. Oh, and also, I thought this just popped into my mind that Cancer's ruling planet is the moon. How, you can't make that up. How cool is that? Anyways, so today for the overall feel of this full moon cycle for everybody, I pulled a card from the Saints and, I don't know if you can see that, Saints and Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. I'm very fond of this deck. I tend to work with a lot of saints and angels, and primarily out of the angelic realm, so naturally I'm very fond and drawn to this deck. And for the individual cards for each zodiac, I pulled from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck because I really love the pictures and the meanings. But if you're looking to pick up this deck, if you have small hands, I don't recommend it. I have tiny hands and they are so hard to shuffle. Not small hand friendly. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to talk about this card that I pulled for the overall feel for everybody for this month, and I thought it was so appropriate. You just can't make this up. It is Mother Mary, and it's very motherly energy. I don't know if you can see that well. Now, this card is all about nurturing, and this to me is the Cancer card out of the deck. Like I said, Cancer is very motherly, very nurturing, and this and that. And when this pops up, it doesn't matter if you're dealing with the lighter sides of Cancer or the shadow sides. Everybody at this point needs to take time to nurture themselves and give themselves self-care. You can't help anybody. You can't do nothing if you're not nurturing yourself, your emotional, your physical, your spiritual needs. You need to take the time to nurture yourself as well as, you know, whatever situations you're going on. You need to just take a time out. So this is what this is saying for the overall feel. So everybody's going to be dealing with this. So if you're too tired to go out and your friends are like, hey man, let's go to the bar and get a drink, just be like, no, sorry, it's more like I'm going to lay on the couch in my PJs and watch Netflix for a couple of hours. Take time out if you need it. And nurture yourself, whether or not it's going to get your nails done or just spending time at home. Make sure that you take that time. Okay, so we're going to start off with Cancer since it's Cancer's moon that we're dealing with. So for the Cancer people, I pulled the Power card. Let me give you a chance to get a really good look at this. Now, this card has a couple different meanings. It could be that you are giving too much of your personal power to people, places, and things. Okay, when you're giving out too much of your power, you're getting emotional, you're getting moody, you're getting upset, and stupid situations that shouldn't be bothering you or shouldn't have a whole lot of weight or effect on you, it starts to pick away at you and erode away at you until like you want to blow up. And this is telling you, whoa, whoa, whoa. You need to take the higher perspective in this situation and see it from an aspect that the angels would see it. And I always tell people that because, it's like angels are like humans, but they're not, and they see things from a greater understanding, a greater awareness. They see it for what it is. They're not kind of caught up by human emotions and things like that. Like if you've been having a rough couple of weeks and you have this situation and it's just taking from you, and finally you just want to be like, why? They're seeing it. No, these things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you. You have to look at the higher perspective. And if you're giving too much of your power away to somebody, you have to stop it. You have to take it back, okay? Because nobody else deserves your power the way that you do. It's also saying to see yourself as the divine being that you are. And by doing this, you harvest your power and you're able to steer it and direct it towards what you want. But you can't do that if you're giving too much of it away. So during this period, you really want to think on the situations and the people that are just abusing you and taking your power, and figure out how you can take that back without, getting too moody and crazy and flipping out on everybody. The other side of this card too is saying, if you're in a position of power in some way, shape, or form, to make sure that you're not abusing that. Because remember that when you are putting out that vibration, you're going to get it back. Is it something you want to get back? Is what you're putting out there something that you'd be all right getting back? Some things to think on. So if you are in a way abusing it during this full moon, you're just going to want to release that and kind of shift your perspective, Cancer. Okay, Scorpio's next. Okay, so for Scorpio, also a water sign, you're going to be feeling this very emotionally as well. I pulled the balance card for you. Now, during this period, it is going to be so important for you to make sure that you have achieved balance in all areas of your life. It's not just spiritual, but physical, emotional, and mental. My cat is knocking over paintings, sorry. So you're going to want to make sure that all aspects are in balance, okay? Is there an area in your life that's not balanced? During this period, you're going to want to release all those feelings and those actions that are causing this imbalance and try to level out your scales, Scorpio. So make sure that you are maintaining balance in all areas of your life, Scorpio. Pisces. Pisces is next. So Pisces, when I was shuffling and trying to channel your sign, I got this very strong message that you will need to ground. I feel that everybody, for the most part, needs to ground during these times because the energy is just so high that it pulls a lot of stuff out of you that you need to release. But very specifically for a lot of Pisces people, I feel that there's a lot of anxiety going on. And I think that I've been pulling that a lot in the tarot scopes. So if you're experiencing anxiety or strong emotions that are pulling you everywhere and you're like, you want to ground yourself. And there are many different techniques on how to ground, but I do have a video on my channel on some easy techniques on how to ground. So if you would like, you can take a quick peek at that to figure out how you can ground your energy. But you need to ground, Pisces. So the card I pulled for you is Peace, and that's kind of appropriate considering the message I just gave you. The Peace card is about realizing that no matter what you're going through at any point in time, peace can be achieved. Peace is found from within. And I know that this is hard when you're anxious or you have a lot going on, a lot of situations that require your attention. It's like, you know what I mean? My guides are always like, Lara, take a time out, meditate, find peace. And I'm like, how can I find peace when I want to lose my crap right now? And they're like, no, peace can be found. And it's true. I generally try to do things like I work out to kind of get that energy out. So if you're anxious, you might want to think about working out. But this is just about saying, don't worry. Don't worry. Find your peace. When you worry too much about things, it steals your peace. And the things that happen in the future, we have no control over that. What's going to happen is going to happen. All it does is just make you miserable in the time being. So, Pisces, peace can be found at any time. Find it now. Okay, so Sagittarius. Yes, Sagittarius. So, Sagittarius, I pulled for you Sanctuary. Sanctuary is all about rest and rejuvenation. This time period is going to be really pulling at the parts of you, like I said, that need to be released. You've been going through the ringer, you've been dealing head on and being very proactive about a lot of things that need to be rebalanced in your life. But now is the time to just chill and relax. I'm a Sagittarius. The full moon makes me a little like loopy and I need to be by myself. During these times, I make sure that if I need a nap, I take a nap. If I need to get up and go outside and walk, I do. But this is saying that wherever your sanctuary is, whether it be your home, your I know this sounds crazy, office space, like my little office space I have over here is where I like to relax because I channel a lot of spirits in this area, so I feel very at ease. But wherever your sanctuary is, you'll be wanting to spend some time there in order to unburden yourself from worries and things that you are trying to release during this period. So, Sagittarius, make sure that you're spending time in your sanctuary during this full moon. Leo. Leo is next. So, Leo, during this time, you need to look within and find your inner strength. Okay? I also know a lot of Leos that have been going through a lot of life changes and just a lot of struggles and strife. And I always tell my friends, it's temporary, it's not going to last. You have to just let it go and let it be. Everything works itself out in due time and divine time. So I feel that a lot of you are still going through a lot of struggles, and with this full moon, since you've been struggling so much, it may feel like it's just digging at you really badly. You need to just stop and breathe and remind yourself of who you are. You are a Leo. You are a lion. You are fierce. You're go-getter. You're like, this is me. I am here. The Leo has arrived. So you need to remind yourself of that. Okay? Your struggles don't really say who you are. My struggles that I've had don't say, oh, that's Lara. No, 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 no. Those struggles make me stronger, but they don't make your life. Take time out to see that you've been through some crap, yeah, but you're gonna get through this. It's not gonna last. So ground yourself and remind yourself of who you are. You're a damn lion, Leo. Anyways, let me not get too sassy. Who's next? Aries. Okay, so Aries, I pulled for you the intention card. Okay, you've got a lot of ideas, a lot of plans that you want to execute, and things you want to do, but it's not coming to fruition because you're not steering it appropriately. Intention means that you are taking this idea, this little seed that fell into your brain, and you're going to nurture it and you're going to send it back out to the universe to let the universe know this is what I want. This is my heart's desire. Sometimes when you have your energy very fragmented or scattered all over the place and you're like, oh, I want this, but you're not shooting that arrow out there saying this is what I want. It's hard. The universe has a hard time distinguishing. So what I like to do, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a quick tip on how to do that, because I do it sometimes too. I'm a Sag, like I said. I'm an archer, so I love bow and arrows. I don't know. I guess it must be the Sag thing. But when I am trying to send out to the universe something that I want to bring in, I kind of picture myself in like the woods and there's a big bright full moon and I have these arrows and this bow, and then what I do is I hold the arrow and the bow in both my hands, and what I do is I infuse the arrow with my intention. So say I am trying to attract a new friend. Say I want to attract a new friend in my life. I will hold the arrow and I picture all the light coming from me going into this arrow, and I say, dear universe, I wish to bring into my life a like-minded individual that I can call a close friend. I want to bring a close friend in. and so it is, or so mote it be. I let it know. And then what I do is I load it, and it's very important too, as I pull it back, I think I get my energy worked up and I put it into there and I put all of my emotion into there and I just let it know how badly I want it and I pull it back. I aim it at the moon and then I take a deep breath in, and then when I release the arrow, I exhale and I aim that arrow straight at the moon and I go bam. And then I don't pick it back up. I don't think about it. I just let it go. And then the universe gets that message. Sometimes it takes a while, but then it comes back in. So that's a very good visual way to direct your focus and your intention, which is what this is saying, Aries. If you want things to be done, you have to start steering your ship. So this is a good time to start. Release all that worry, that doubt, all of that distraction that's going on in your life. Release it with the full moon and set your intention. Aries. Okay, who's next? Gemini. My Gemini friends, welcome. So, for the card that I pulled for you is very appropriate because, like I said, during the full moon period, we want to release. So your card is release. So there's a lot of things that you have going on, a lot of things that I'm feeling that are from the past that are kind of commingling with things in the present. Now, you don't want to bring this moving forward into your future, which will soon become the present. So this is like making extra sure that you are aware that you have a lot to release during this full moon. And it is very important for you and your future and the things that you want to manifest, your goals, your desires. It is so important that you take the time to release, Gemini, during this full moon. Let it go, because it's not worth it. At the end, it's like things from the past, they got no business in my present or my future. It's in the past for a reason. So, Libra, I pulled for you the centering card. Okay, when this card comes up, it generally to me makes me think of your chakras are all aligned, right? But sometimes when we go through emotional things or we're going through changes, one of our chakras can get out of alignment. Centering is make sure that you're centering within yourself, you're aligned with your life's purpose and the directions and the goals you wish to achieve and the way you want to move forward. This is also telling you to have balance in all areas of your life, your home life, your work life, your personal life, making time for yourself. So during this full moon period, you want to take the time to center yourself and make sure that you're in alignment with things that you want to do and the way you want to be and everything in that nature. So Libra, you'll have to take some time to balance out your scales and make sure that you're centered and ready to move forward. That was Libra. So Aquarius, you also pulled the same card as Gemini. For you, I got release. So I also feel pretty much the same for you guys as I did for Gemini. There's a lot of things in the past, but it also feels like there's like a lot of commotion. I see like a lot of thick gray smoke going on. So things might not be very clear to you right now. They may be up in the air. And I'm also I see like this big weight with a rope on it dropping down in the midst of all that smoke. So that tells me that, you have this weight tied to you that you have not released, which is very appropriate actually for the card. And that literally just came through. You have this weight tied to you, but the way I see it tied to you is that you could easily untie this. You don't have to drag around this big hunk of metal. It is actually orange colored, so that tells me that is in relation to your sacral chakra, which is your home life, your family, your sexuality, your inner goddess, your creativity, how you express your feelings, how you express yourself, which actually is in alignment with Cancer energy because it's more of like home, family, sensual expressing of feelings, sensitivities and stuff like that. You could easily untie this bulk from you, but you're not. And because of it, it just produces this smoke. It's so hard to see through this smoke. And I feel like if you really take the time to sit and think about what needs to go from your life and what's not serving you, you'll be able to easily untie that weight and the smoke will clear. I also feel like for some of you, you're going through a very transitional phase and that with time it is going to clear out, but you are not. Yeah, they're telling me you're not meant to know everything right now, and you're not meant to know exactly what is how everything is going to be. This is a time to trust. So please, Aquarius, release. You have the power to release and let this go, and the smoke will clear, and to just trust that where you're going is going in the right direction. You're not going to get all the answers right now. You just have to kind of like wing it and go with it. I know, I hate that too because I always like to have this false sense of control, like I want to know everything, but I end up robbing my own joy in the present, which, is not good. So I'm learning to live moment to moment and to not plan either. So I feel your pain, Aquarius. Who do we have next? We have Capricorn, and Capricorn pulled the beauty card. Now, the beauty card is all about seeing the beauty in your life already. If you've been wanting to bring more things that you feel are beautiful into your life, if you've been wanting to, say you want to attract a lover or you want more things to appreciate in your life, the only way to do it and the best way to do it is to show gratitude for what you already have. If things are rough right now, this is even more important for you to see the beauty in your life. Like right now, I'm going through a lot of challenges. I got a lot of crap on my plate, yeah. But each day I wake up, I smile and I say, you know what? I have a nice house. I have a cat who drives me up the wall, but I have a cat. And then I have a nice job. I have a car. I'm provided for. I have a lot of beautiful friends. I see the beauty in my life. And when you do that, it's like a magnet and it attracts more things that are beautiful to you. This is also saying to not be so hard on yourself, that you need to see your inner beauty and see that you are perfect and beautiful in the eyes of the Creator or the universal force or whatever is in alignment with your beliefs. You need to take the time to appreciate you and the beauty that is you as a whole. All the wonderful things that make you who you are. You need to appreciate that. Even if others don't really see it, it's so important in your life journey to see your own beauty and appreciate that. Okay, Capricorn? Okay, Virgo, for you. My hair's so crazy today. Virgo, I pulled for you the celebration card. Okay, this card is kind of similar to the beauty card, but this is going to be a period of celebrations. Things that you had planted in the new moon phase is coming to fruition during the full moon phase. So you're going to be celebrating accomplishments and things like that. But this is also saying to celebrate life, celebrate all the things that you have already. Celebrate your little bit of successes. If you had a little bit of success from the new moon to full moon, or maybe you had large success, whatever it is, you need to celebrate your life, celebrate the people in it, celebrate you most importantly. Okay, you can't just work, like sound like Rihanna, and not take time to recognize your hard work and all the things that have brought in. So this is going to be a period of many different types of celebrations, but it's also saying to celebrate you. Take yourself out and celebrate yourself. Okay, Virgo? Okay, last but most certainly not least, all my Taurians, my Taurus friends. Okay, for you, I pulled the patience card. There are a lot of things that you are working on right now, things that you want to achieve and you're trying to achieve. This card is saying to relax, slow down, take it at a slower pace, that with time, things are going to unravel exactly when they should. Okay, so you don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to release everything during this full moon. Sometimes you only release a little bit and then over time you release more. You have to take your time. Take your time to appreciate you, appreciate others, nurture yourself, nurture others. But have patience because it's all going to work out at the exact moment that it should. Well, that wraps it up for all of the zodiacs. Sorry if I droned on for a little bit. I get so excited. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please like, share, subscribe, and keep an eye out for next month's Tarot Scoops. Until next time, I'll talk to you later. Big warm hugs from me to you. Take care.